This is my 1991 Topps Desert Shield baseball card collection. It's a full complete set. I was stationed the United States Air Force in Oman, the United Arab Emirates, as well as Saudi Arabia during the war. I actually obtained these cards in Oman in a base called Thumb Rate, which is in southern Oman near the Yemen border. What happened was I walked into the MWR department. They had 2 or 3 boxes, I think it was 2 boxes, of Desert Shield cards. I asked, what are they? And the guy goes, I don't know, do you want them? And I said, sure, I'll take them. And that's what I have. So, I broke my collection down to 2 pieces. The first one was all the Topps Desert Shield cards that I personally received while on Thumb Rate. And number 2 are the ones I ended up purchasing on eBay. And I think I paid around $1,750. And then section 2 of this is actually original Desert Storm cards, but my doubles and triples that I acquired in Thumb Rate. And then section 3 on this book number 2 are the ones that I purchased on eBay. So I'm going to go through and show you guys. I have them in numerical order. But for the ones that I got in Desert Storm, you're going to see some, it's going to jump all over the place. Okay. I think some important things to note is that all these ones you're looking at right now are the ones I personally received. Desert Shield. I got some Ken Griffey's. Of course, I did get I have one Chipper Jones. And because I was a card collector prior to going to Desert Shield, when I got these, I thought to myself, they may have some value. I protect them like crazy, so none of these are dinged up. These are all ones that will probably, if I ever sent them to PSA, would be 10s if they're perfectly, in terms of the printing, good. But we all know what happens with PSA sometimes. Now this is interesting. This is a checklist that I got from Desert Shield, but there's nothing on it to determine that. So it's kind of funny when people say I have a 1991 Desert Shield checklist, because quite honestly, there's no stamps on them. I did see that a PSA in a full set in PSA, basically 10s and 9s, sold for over $100,000 probably about 8 or 9 years ago. Since then, I've seen full sets sell for around $15,000. Ungraded. Okay, bringing back some memories of some of these players. There's a nice Kirby right there. Who remembers Gary Carter on the Giants? I don't. Obviously at the end of his career. G. Nelson looks almost like Dennis Eckersley a little bit. I believe I have a Bo Jackson, a Doc Gooden. There's my Chipper Jones. So, again, I don't think this one's a 10. It's probably because I handled this one more than I did the other ones when I first heard about it. But that is an original Chipper Jones. It's in great shape. I think it would probably come back at 8 or 9. bubblegum stain. stains. Actually, the funny thing is I did end up going out and buying cards. The ones I got for Desert Shield that had bubblegum stains on them, I ended up rebuying them on eBay. But again, these are all original. The funny thing is I remember getting these 2 boxes and literally just opening them all and chewing the gum like crazy. I hadn't had much sugar when I was over there, so I felt like I almost had a sugar crash. Well, maybe what's the opposite of a sugar crash? Okay, so I wrote right here, I have the Ken Griffey All-Star. I have it separately and I store it in my safe. I have 3 of them. I gave one to my son, one to my daughter, and I kept one. There's a Ricky. There's also Barry Larkin, Strawberry, Mr. Bonds. Ruth did it on hot dogs and beer. Again, all super nice, clean cards and weight box. Robin Ventura, when I think everyone thought he was going to be the next Mike Schmidt. Ken Griffey's dad. I remember Ken Griffey on the Reds, and he was an awesome player. It's kind of sad, kind of funny to call him Ken Griffey Jr.'s dad. Hall of Famer. I don't know John Frank. I think John Franco's in the Hall of Fame. Another checklist again. Desert Shield checklist out of the box. I did keep the box. There's a nice clean George Brett. I did keep the box. It's upstairs. There's nothing on the box that would distinguish it from any other box being Desert Shield. Yacht. Dave Stewart. I remember the Phillies had him. They traded him and then became a superstar pitcher. Okay, there's a bow. I had a couple of bows. I love Bo Jackson. If he hadn't crapped out his hip, dislocated his hip playing football, who knows what he would have done. Burt Blyleven on the Angels, highly underrated Hall of Fame pitcher. Dave Winfield on the Angels. He was a great hitter. Andre the Hawk. So they did a great job with the pictures and in-action shots. That's a nice one, Oscar Azekar, like that. Yeah, these ones like Danny Darwin, those shots that the photographers take are probably the most boring shots in baseball. I'm like, if you're going to do a nice Ricky, if you're going to take your picture on a baseball card, I want it like that, or I want it like that. I don't want a shot in the batting cage. Then again, it was nothing for me ever to worry about. Would have been cool if you were in the background of one of these pictures, say, hey, that's me. That happened to me. I'd go around signing them at baseball card shoes. Bobby Bonilla day just passed. He's just got another cool couple $1 million on his contract, 2025. I love that picture of Benito Santiago. That's a good picture. That's a quality picture. They took time to take that. Probably got up on a ladder, took that shot. Now this is the junk wax era. But again, these cards came out really nice. There's my Griffiths, and there's my Griffey. I have 2 Griffies. I'm sorry, I have 4 Ken Griffey's. Yeah, come on, get in there. There you go, it's a little bit better. Nice and sharp. Okay, and that was that. I'll do my second one on the next video.